Oh, we're back. It's Loosecast, live and direct. Why have we been away, Dean?
Well, for a number of reasons, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're being busy. We've been unlucky. A few of the guests that we had obviously took a bit ill, so we had to delay some pods. So we waited till we could come back with an absolute bang. So we've got two legends on today.
Schak and Tazo. Who was on time? Who was late?
Well, actually, I'd just like to state for the record that I was 10 minutes early because Mr. Hog here said that I am always late. And guess what? This guy turned up 15. That's 15 minutes late.
But in my defence, the last time we met up, the last 5 times we met up, 5-1. He's always late.
He told me when you went to see Robin Armstrong, you had him waiting outside.
Which time are you on about?
The second time we went to see Robin, I waited
is this about
30 minutes.
Show?
The show.
I did take the piss out.
You know what though? I love
by myself, you know, I'm with you.
Really. I love being in
a comedy show by myself.
It's rough as well out. Out there, mind.
I love being in an environment where I'm not the one getting wrong for being late. This is like a
You
first
were on
for
time,
me.
mate?
I was on time, I was on time.
Yeah, I parked up around the corner and I says, I'll let him stew a bit and we'll get him back, eh?
But what happened though? You got collared.
In a car pulled over. Tazo, we need to be Baron's party.
So he took cash in advance.
So I talked to him for a bit and then obviously come. But I apologise. But yeah, now, let's do it.
No, we're ready. But like I say, we have had a couple of messages from people asking if we're coming back. So we apologise for
Your mum and dad were concerned.
No, they were happy to see the back of us. But yeah, so we're back going weekly again from now.
Yeah, and so we're all here now because we're all involved in a pretty crazy gig that's happening on Friday coming. And how you start, because you all have been the first person that was contacted, or were you the first person contacted about this out of all of us?
Yes, so we've done a couple of shows at Ousburn Garden now. We did obviously the Dizzy Rascal one back in, I think it was August, September. And then we did a really cool one with Hannah Lang.
Yeah.
And obviously off the back of Hannah Lang's show, Jack's team
Hannah
got in
Lane.
touch. Hannah Lane,
Just to correct you.
Am I actually getting that wrong, am I?
No, that's how you pronounce it.
Everyone does pronounce it.
Everybody does.
I do as well.
Because I said to her, I was just like, how would you feel? I mean, I grew up many years, people calling me Shakira and Shakel.
The hips don't lie though,
yeah,
mate.
I mean, my hips don't lie. I'm not going to do anything. But yeah, I was like, how do you feel? Sure, I'm just used to it, but it's Hannah Lane.
No way. See, I didn't actually know that. No. I apologise, Hannah. So obviously...
That's why she's never been on the pod.
I know, and I even give her a lift to Ousburn last time as well. I was saying, I was like, you need to come on next time. We'll get Hannah on.
I once recorded a podcast with Hannah in the bedroom, which is true, at a mum's house in Dundee. It's on iTunes if you want to go and listen to it before she was a fucking megastar.
Before she went Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
I know. But yeah, so Hannah Lane.
Yeah.
So we had Hannah's one, and then obviously we spoke to Jack's team, and they said obviously about doing Ousburn again, so we got that locked in. And I didn't actually say this to you, so they quoted it saying, well, we're going to look to perform with some local legends.
Yeah.
So, because I think he'd done one with Cascada on one of the other shows, and one with DOD on one of the other shows, so they did ask for some names. So I'm also getting a bit of credit. I did also say your names, but it's definitely... I did, but it's definitely not me who did it. It's all the bloody fans who've tagged you on it. So I was going to say, I'll now let you take over.
That's all right, because obviously mine and Jax's realms haven't crossed over before. And like loads of people were requesting me. And then I got a message off him. He's just like, like a lot of people want you to come to my show and that. And I was just like...
So I want to know this, right? I want to go for everyone else, because I'm in the same boat, right? We see Jax's story, right? How did he get your number in the first place?
He hit messages on Insta first.
Right.
And then we had some discourse and then
Before that phone call where it's like supposed to be the first time you ever speak.
No, that was the first time.
No.
Right, okay. It was, mate.
Do you know what's even better about that? How you answer the phone.
That was the first time I ever spoke on the phone.
Right.
Ever. I'd like... I text him on Insta, and then we were going backwards and forwards whether I could do it or not, because obviously I said, like, look, I've got this trick thing that's getting announced. Yeah. So if we're going to do it, it's going to have to be after that. And he says, yeah, no worries, we're going to announce next week. And so, yeah. He says, I'll give us your number, I'll give you a ring next week. So when he rang us, that was fully legit.
And then, Tazo.
Yeah, fucking yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Well, in the words of Hannah Lane, how do you feel when people call you Tazo?
Hannah had an input as well, apparently. So
yeah, I saw.
Same thing. I just got I noticed he was looking for people from the Northeast, legends, like you see.
Yeah.
Loads of input with my name, other MCs, other DJs, everyone. Obviously, I was buzzing like, hey. And then I got a message off Jax himself saying, your name keeps coming up, blah, blah, blah. Are you up for this?
Yes,
can I give you a call?
Yes, bruv. MC Tazo.
The thing is, though, the best bit was, though, you actually had a rhyme to come back with your act to spell your name properly. Do you know what I mean? Like, if Hannah had that, if Hannah could just, like, comes back with it, you've got your bit of, like, rhyme to come straight back with it.
So I was like, oh, yeah, he has my number. And then he was like, I'll give you a call in 15 minutes.
And then to round things off, my story was, I begged Dean to get on the lineup, and he went, yeah, I can probably sort you 15 minutes at the start. So there you go, that's how we're all involved.
Easier at the beginning. Yeah. You can.
Fucking snide.
How is that being spun on me? No, he's exaggerating there. He just said, can I get involved? And I was like, of course you can, so get him in the mix. But then also, we can't give we can't ignore Anth. Anth's obviously not here today. Anth did, so we're recording on the Friday, so Anth did a 8 PM to an 8 AM shift in the kitchen last night, and he's recorded it all on like a GoPro.
Hang on a minute. In the kitchen, what do you mean, like cooking food?
Yeah, so because it's slow cooked meat, I'm going to let Anth explain it better than me, because it's slow cooked meat.
12-hour shift?
Yeah.
He wasn't doing anything. He just sat with the GoPro.
And to be fair, he did actually say to me at one point, he went, do you want me to send a video, Dean, so you can put on your socials at 4 AM and look like you're here? To which I said yes, and then he never did. But yes,
I he was asleep.
So Anth doesn't feel left out as well. I think Anth's actually going to do the burgers in the corner. Yeah. So everyone's involved.
I'll bring the fucking tomato ketchup, right? You bring the mayonnaise, mate.
Oh, I love a gherkin, mate. I love a gherkin.
I mean, I actually don't eat meat. So if you bring some, I don't know, Beyond Meat or something.
You can just have a sauce and bread.
Fucking on the rations.
So it's going to be Friday night in Oostburn Gardens.
Yeah.
Are all the tickets gone now? I mean, are we just wait? If you're listening,
so is a minute.
Right, okay.
Took
that long?
They were gone,
45 seconds it was, I was watching.
Well, actually...
Honestly, I've been messaged off, and he has as well, because we had this conversation. So many people messaging, can you get us any tickets? I'm like, what do you want us to do?
Well, I actually got wrong. By the way, I might have stitched you.
Dana White's on your right ticket. Oh, mate, can you get
You look nervous. Well, I was saying to Schak, I was like, I haven't had a chance to speak to Schak since it all got sorted. So I was like, did you need me to keep any tickets aside for you? I was like, Tazo, I want 11. He went, 11? He was like, I won't want that many. So I might have stitched you a little bit.
He's bringing his son's football team.
Do you know what? Bringing the crew, do you know what I mean? Once in a lifetime.
Mate, he rolls deep. Do you know what I mean?
I've got to bring the boys with his eye, but I apologise to the 30 people.
Yeah, I might have stitched you even more there, sorry.
He rolls that deep, we should start calling him Adele. Never see Adele.
Oh, I love it. No, but it's going to be really good. So we obviously have said Jax's team. Obviously, you have spotted Jax direct. We want Jax to jump on the pod next week. So I was saying to Schak, we're going to have to get either one of you or both of you to jump on. And the next question is,
getting held up in traffic, man.
Well, the next question is, do we record?
On the Time Bridge.
Do we record before or do we record after if he agrees to it? Because he was drinking. He's going to have a drink while you're sober when you DJ.
Yeah, I'm going to have a couple, but I'm not getting on it.
Not going crazy.
Do you know how many times I've heard that?
No, I'm not for this one. I'm going to be professional.
Not going to be like
that doesn't mean you're going to be sober.
I'm not going to be like Tenerife. No, Tenerife.
He was hyper turbo like in Tenerife. He's on a different dimension.
Well, have we heard this story?
Nah, he's in the middle of Tenerife. I'll not go too deep. I don't want to embarrass him. But we obviously we've done Drake at the pool party. Me, Hannah, Patrick had played. Obviously, he was there as well with Stretch because I brought them along as my guest. And when we come out, obviously, it's on the strip in Tenerife, and so everybody's coming out. And I was trying to have a conversation with him, and there was like loads of people like, Tazo, come over here. But he was fucking steaming, and he was emceeing in the street. I might still have a video of it.
Oh no!
But it was really good. It was nice to see that side of him as well.
Oh, I was gone.
To be fair, I will say in his defence, most of the time he's straight as an arrow.
I will be for that, 100% professional.
Yeah. Why did you ask anyway about the peeve?
About the peeve? No, I was just curious because if we are doing
always drinking.
Okay, so yeah, if you want some drinks on, I'll have it all ready for you. But it was more just if we did get Jax to agree to jump on the pod with us, are we doing it before or after? Because we've done a couple of drunk pods and I'm I'm never the biggest fan watching them back.
I love them.
Like you can get some of the best reactions out of people because obviously the inhibitions are lower and the barriers come down and the decibels go
better
up.
Stories as well.
Yeah,
you'll tell stories you're not meant to.
Yeah, the edit back's quite interesting, isn't it? You don't remember any of it.
Loads of fun. And we were talking before the pod about a possible double W&W collab, and you were saying you've been over in their house. Tell us a bit of the story.
Yeah,
that you
well,
saying.
I mean, obviously, like Felix, you'll know from when our story began.
You mildly like them.
Mildly's an understatement. Yeah, massive fans of them, and then obviously, like the reason I fell in love with them is because when you guys brought them to Electrica, and the reason why, and I've said this to both of them, is I knew the music, but I didn't know a lot about them, and they played loads of music I've never heard of. And I remember actually when they played Rocket, your favourite tune, Rocket, right? By the way, I told him and showed him the messages when I was at the house. I was like, oh, by the way, I got banned for 6 months from playing your music. And I was just like, he was just like, why? I was just like, well, you know. But
that's Hetzka's fault.
Yeah?
That's Mike Hetzka's fault.
Yeah, right, okay. Right. But anyway, I'll remember I stood on the back step of Digi and my mind was so discombobulated. I was looking at Percy at the time. And I was like, I couldn't compute what was happening because it was so amazing. And ever since then, I fell in love with them. And I remember obviously like I loved a lot of the edits that they would make, and I kept on pestering them for 6 months to release this specific one, right? And they ended up just sending it on Twitter at Christmas for a Christmas present. I was the only person they sent it to, and I never forgot that. Now. A year ago.
Was this years ago?
This is 10 years ago.
Wow.
Right? I bumped into them in 2015 in Slam FM at ADE. And then last year they came to Lost Minds. Obviously Ben Nicky had brought me on stage, right?
Yeah.
Didn't even know they were playing, and I was like, fuck. So went out, because I was backstage, I went, oh, do you remember this? And I showed them the screenshot from Twitter. And I says, that was me. And there was just like, oh, and I've just from there I've built a relationship with them, and I stay in touch with them a lot. And since our relationship's developed and that, he said like, oh, I would love to make a record together. And for me, that's like working with my heroes, you know.
Yeah.
And so I went and stayed over at Willem's house. He lives in Portugal, so it was me, him, Ward, and a couple of other guys. And we sat down and we've worked on a collab together. And we've got another one as well that we're working on as well, but which is a dream come true for me. And I'm really, really happy because it's mad, mate. Because like. I remember when I was in the house, right? Because Willem's got a gym downstairs and they've got decks and that there. And I was playing. He says, "I'll just jump on. We're having a party downstairs." By this point, everyone had fucked off to bed, so I was just playing all of their music. And he's come down and that, and he started kicking off, saying, "Turn the fucking music off," because I'm so used to listening to this music. Play your records, anybody's records, but I was like, I love your music so much, I'm just gonna keep on fucking playing it.
And I'm in your house.
And I'm in your house, but like, mate, honestly, it's just so surreal, mate. And I'm really, really grateful. And obviously, you know, they've got a plethora of music knowledge, so like they were teaching us stuff that they make, sound design, giving us advice on, you know, how to maneuver yourself in this industry. As you know, it's very tricky. Avoiding the pitfalls, just got advice, mate. So, and
you mentioned as well before, I did not know this, that his dad played.
Yeah, so Willem's dad is Willem van Hanegem, and he played in the World Cup final, and he played with Johan Cruyff, which is
incredible.
biggest superstar in Holland. But I said to him, I was just like, did you ever want to be a footballer like your father? And he was just like, no. And I said, did he ever like coerce you into going in a different direction? He said no. And I said like, what's it like having, you know, like a father like that? And he was just like, whatever. He's just got
all I know.
Yeah, he's got no ego, mate. And as you'll know yourself, Felix, is in this industry, it's saturated with egotistical behaviour.
Can be.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's impressive. The whole story's impressive. But what was also impressive, the video he showed before of him
squatting. Yeah, so
6'7".
Ward's 6'7", I'm 5'3", and I just said to him for a laugh, I was like, I said, jump on me back. I said, you fucking squat, yeah, and I did.
It was fucking impressive.
It was good fun. But it's just nice to be around good people. Do you know, like when you meet people and that you've the energy, it's just really pleasant, mate.
Positive.
Do you know what? And it's naive of me to think so, but I just wish the rest of the world was like that, and I hope one day it is. But the problem is, mate, we've got a lot of people who are unhappy because life's hard, and I understand that, and it's not some people's fault that the circumstances that they're in, but I just hope, collectively we can make the world a better place. So
we're all here because we're doing this Jax Jones pop-up, right? So you used to have a little think about this. So I've seen these pop-ups in different places before. Obviously, Jax has done one. He did like a house party with Blackout Crew. I've seen Eats Everything do one like in a chip shop like a while ago. So these pop-ups have been going on for a while. You've done a few. So my question is going to be, and I'll go first, if you were going to do your own pop-up, so like a Tazo pop-up, a Schak pop-up, obviously you can be like organising it. Maybe you could organise an M&M pop-up, have a little think where you might want to put it. So while you're thinking, I'm just going to go first, I had a good think about this afternoon. In fact, I was walking up that hill where I met you, and you were like, who the fuck's this in the ski goggles? And I was like, walking, and I was thinking, if I was going to do a little pop-up and I could persuade enough people to come, where would I want to go? I was thinking first off like an Indian restaurant, because I do like an Indian restaurant, but then I thought that's just stupid. So, and every time I've sat in here, you'll definitely know because you've been there, I've been there with you. I don't know if you two have been there, but every time I've been there, I've thought you could do a fucking bang and rave in here. In the basement, in the Stand Comedy Club in Newcastle, I think you could just do a fucking unbelievable pop-up. I like any club where you have to go downstairs to get into it. It's got fucking low ceilings. It's an underground concrete bunker, so the sound's going to be fucking brutal. And it's nice and small. So if I got the chance to do a little pop-up at some point, I'd love to do it in the Stand. You used to have a little think where you might want to put yours. Where would you do? In Newcastle, if Eminem's management rang you up and they were like, Mr. Saunders, Eminem wants to do a pop-up in Newcastle. He knows you're your biggest fan. His biggest fan.
I'd have one a big afters at mine. Imagine that.
So you do a pop-up at yours with Eminem in the hot tub.
not just Eminem. To be honest, when you were mentioning food, I thought you were going to suggest I would do it at Wagamama's. I thought that's what you're trying to go with it. I don't know. I mean, we've talked about it previously. In fact, sorry, you talked about it. You said about doing a boat party with Tazo stomping. We'd have to get Schak involved, but like, I do like the idea of like a Raj boat party pop-up. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I'd feel about the weather in Newcastle. It would be horrible, wouldn't it? It'd be freezing, but I mean, that's the risk.
That's what that jacket's for.
That's
just
true.
in case the weather's turned.
Yeah, however, that's up to you guys to get everyone in the mood.
So where could we do a
boat party?
Where could we do a Raj Tazo pop-up?
Raj one,
anywhere that springs to mind?
No, not really.
I'm back. I'm flip it upside down.
Like a pop-up, I don't know. I would like to do it like a big mansion or something.
Yeah, that would
with a pool as well.
That'd be sweet.
Have a pool party.
Yeah,
leading into the mansion.
That'd be nice.
But like I have it all fenced up on that.
Again, we're probably in the wrong place weather-wise, aren't we? The northeast. That'll be sick.
The set you guys recorded at you were MC
Mausoleum in Seaton Delaval.
That was incredible. That I was checking.
That would be a good.
Yeah, listen. Do you know that a police helicopter got dispatched because of that? Right.
I was aware by then.
Listen, mate. Obviously, we were doing a thing, and where the mausoleum sits on, it's on the back of a field. So the field, the sound has travelled all across this field to Seaton Sluice. Now Seaton Sluice has got a neighbourhood watch group on Facebook. Of
course they have.
And they were like, what's going on? It's
like fucking Jurassic Park. The water's gone.
There's some sort of rave going on. So someone's called the police. Instead of dispatching a ground unit, they've dispatched a helicopter, right? So we were walking away, I've looked up, got the generator and that. There's a friggin' police helicopter.
Oh, it's a shame it didn't happen when you were on, though. Do you know what I mean? If you'd have got pictures of it. How did you get the police involved?
Schak, is this near where you did we talked about last time where you did the end of Nana Makina? And you did
No, that was in North Shields.
Is that North Shields?
This is in Seaton Delaval,
right,
mate.
Okay.
But yeah, there was a police helicopter for that. But no came of it. But I thought that was pretty cool. But it was really, the reason why I picked it is because it's such a historic place. But I'll tell you now, it was very arduous to set it up because the grounds are actually on a moat and the crypt underneath where they used to bury the family, right? And we had to climb.
Aye.
It takes 7-8 foot to get on top of it. And the generator we had is very heavy, so we couldn't get it up there, so I had to get loads of it.
By nettles as well, wasn't it? You got nettled to bits,
He had shorts and t-shirts.
Nettled to bits.
Knee dock leaves.
So
basically, I just had to get loads of extension leads and that, but it was. Can you remember at the end when I climbed up, climbed up the mausoleum? It was class, but I wanted to do it for a long time because it's such a beautiful building. It was just the perfect time to do it, and do you know what it is? I'm really proud of it because from the McKean scene, nobody else has done that, and I always wanted to do something unique, and you know that's. If you look at my previous content that I've done with Nana McKean stuff and my stuff, I'm always doing stuff that's different and unique. So I said to him, I was like, look, would you be interested in doing this? And he says, oh yeah, I'll be up for it. And when I look back and watch it, I'm really proud of it because it's from a aesthetic point of view, the views are beautiful, really nice.
I'm gonna put it out there. Some of the stuff you've done, like absolute hats off. You are the king of PR, I think. Like some of the stuff you've done, it's insane, mate.
I've always said that. Like, I've got an idea. It's like I get buzzing. It's an idea, and I get buzzing.
I've got it. It's just since whilst we're on that topic, just to touch on what you were alluding to about pop-up raves.
Yeah. Well, you've done them. Like you've done them on the Metro.
I was going to say, if anyone's watching this, they know Shaq's registration plate's hanging off. They now know who it was who did that years ago.
The ones I'm going to do, I can't tell you what I'm going to do. Oh. But I'll tell you what I would like to do is one in Eagle Lane Police Station. That would be funny.
Well, there's a chance that because they're transforming.
Imagine if we just rocked up with 30 people in the middle of.
The mad thing is, you probably could have done one in Pilgrim Street because they're in the process of turning it into a hotel.
But that's not really a police station. I mean, like literally walk into Northumbria Police's headquarters.
It used to be a police station in Felon on Sunderland Road. It's been closed for years. It's like proper.
Yeah,
there's a one way.
There are gigs in prisons. My mates ran a gig in prison in Lancaster, and I saw someone else doing a gig in a prison recently. Like, and obviously not a live prison,
abandoned,
like, closed down.
Of course,
but they're pretty cool actually. Have you thought about doing one of these pop-ups like we're doing with Jax? Like, have you thought about doing one of these? I know you've done like loads of stuff like that you record for content, but have you thought about doing a pop-up like one of these?
I might do one next month. I was actually planning to do one this month, but I'm not anymore because I'm doing this with Jax and Huggy. But
the 360 was similar to a pop-up.
But like, I like doing illegal ones, mate. I just get a buzz off it. I just one of the things that one of the
subscribers going down.
one of the ones that I've got forthcoming. One of my friends was just like, oh, like why don't you like arrange it and do it properly? I was just like, because I don't get a buzz off it. It's not exciting.
It's better than chase, isn't it? In the middle of the set.
I didn't have about that, like, but I mean, it's just, I don't know, mate. I like just doing mad stuff. So, but in terms of like organising one, I'm actually in the process of doing one, but I obviously can't get into details yet. But all the other ones though, because when my management asked us, do you want to do one? I was like, all the ideas I've got, they're not legal. I just like doing man. As long as you know everyone's safe, no one's getting hurt. It's just good fun. Do you know what I mean? So
get involved.
Yeah, but I love it, and that's why, you know, I did the one on the Metro, the one on the bus, and I just like to say, like, massive shout out to the bus driver, whoever he was, when I was on the 308, he kept on driving. I thought he would.
He loved it, really, didn't he?
I had one of two things. He was just like, I don't get paid enough to deal with this shit. Fuck them. I'm just going to keep on.
There was also someone on that bus trying to get somewhere. Do you know what I mean? And he's like, the show has got to go on.
If anything, they're getting a free Schak show.
No, but to be fair, like, we got off the next stop. I didn't want to take the piss because he was actually really canny.
Did you buy tickets though?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But you know what the thing is? Was staggered the group.
They get on
to try to not make it look obvious, and I told people to go up here, but we went to one bus stop, and everybody else, like 25 just people, went to one, and they were all going to the ice rink. They all said the ice rink. I was just like, whatever. Bus kept on moving, and I just went, let's go. But like I say, I've been blessed with a lot of luck, and obviously when I did the one outside of St James's as well, that was a lot of luck. And then the Santa one outside the gate, in order for that to work, right? 1, Newcastle had to win. 2, it had to be dry. 3, there couldn't be any police around, and 4, they had to time the crowd coming out. Everything all just came together, and I just like that ad as well.
Again, though, you see,
another thing as well, right?
Like timeline, do you know what I mean? Like,
everybody jumped on the van and that, and it went off. It was wicked, but my mate was like, let's just keep going. So I drove through the middle of Newcastle on decks, right, just jumping about, and and there was no police. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. Drove all the way back, and no problem. It was great. But
did you ever get a call post it? Do you know what I mean? Like, did anyone ever see it, like council or police, and be like, Hello.
No, the only, I mean, I guess, you know, we're all humans, and I guess they can see the comical side of it. Nobody's getting hurt. Yeah. It's just entertainment, right? Obviously, you know, there's laws.
They know content is king. Do you know what I mean?
Well, exactly. But the only backlash I had was, I think ITV did an article when I did the Metro, and they interviewed the Nexus, and they were like, well, you know, we don't like passengers being disturbed. But
the thing is, they can't condone it, can they? Otherwise,
no, of course. But I've got 360 footage to prove that the people on the back who were behind the car
loving it.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah, if I was going to do a pop-up inside a police station, would be funny.
Well, let's
probably
talk.
Get lifted, like.
Let's talk Loose Fest.
As long as it gets recorded.
Let's talk Loose Fest presents Trick Fest presents Schak Arena. We'll get onto that.
Yep.
So over to you first with the Loose Fest presents Trick, because we haven't really done a massive bit of chat about it. So
well, we did for the Sunday, didn't we? But then obviously the next episode that would have gone out before we had a little break was obviously the Trick Fest lineup on the Saturday.
So can I just ask you one question that I think a lot of people might just be interested in? Why have you gone this route? Like, obviously it's huge. We'll come on to you about that. It's obviously massive. But why have you decided to go this route from the other route that you were in the past as Loose Fest?
Well, I think obviously last year when we got Trick as one of the arenas, I think we were absolutely buzzing. It was the first announcement we put out last year, if you remember. And I think, I mean, we haven't actually announced this. Fuck it, I may as well say it now. Obviously, hopefully it all comes and goes to plan. But we are trying to add a Friday as well. So obviously the idea this year is there's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and each of the 3 days is different music policies, as opposed to what last year and the year before were, where it was 2 days, all the different music policies were on the same day. So you might want to go see that music policy, but it's the same time as an artist you want to sing on that. Yeah. So what we've done this year is essentially worked with the brands on
Schak on one day, Peter Andre the next. Do you know what I mean? Then you don't have to make an awkward decision. That's the thing.
But I guess, I mean, as we were saying there, it's looking really, really good sales wise. So I guess theoretically, it's worked well because
it's a fantastic. Like obviously, I haven't seen the one for Sunday that you're doing.
That's a better lineup, like.
Well, do you know what? It's probably interesting for people to hear like the insides of that. Well, because obviously we had a chat, and obviously myself, you, and Danny Stompman. Yeah. I was saying, like, we all know what you get all the credit for that last year, don't you? The idea that it was going to happen with Tazo and Stompman. Yeah, no, as in what they were going to do at Loose Fest last year.
Yeah.
So when we were speaking, obviously I was like, well, I don't know what's going to happen with the Saturday. Obviously, we need to speak to Patrick and Schak to see if they were having news on. But I was like, if not, it really fits with you and Danny to do the Clubland stuff on the Sunday.
I work with Clubland quite a lot, so I know Terry from Clubland well. So when he asked as well, did you have input?
Well, that was my thing. I was like, well, can we please have Tazo and Stompman on that, because it was going to work really well last year.
But it worked good in the end. And I'm still coming on the Saturday to support my pal and that.
Like I say, obviously,
I'll be like in Tenerife.
Are you going to turn up on time this time?
I'll be on time. I'll be a proper clip like I was in Tenerife. I'll be emceeing in the crowd, and I might even take my top off.
But if everything goes to plan and we can get the Friday out as well, obviously I think it's a really exciting weekend where if you love your house music, you're coming on the Saturday 1,000,000%. If you're a bit older and you're not wanting as much of a rave and you want a little bit of a sing along, you might come on the Sunday or whatever we come out with on the Friday soon. Like you might be there.
Friday's going to be McKean arm on that one as well. So on the Rajis.
Imagine, don't, because now everyone's going to be disappointed when it isn't.
It's not.
But yeah, so
we'll put donk on it. A bit more chill.
So hopefully it like works really well that you've got the opportunity to have 3 different crowds on 3 different days. But if you are someone who likes different music policies, you can come all 3 days or 2 days, and it works really well. But like I say, we're really lucky, and Patrick sent a lovely message after when it went out, and I think obviously, like I say, we talked there. You have a stage, Hannah Lane has a stage. I'm proud of that one now.
So that was my question: was how much input did you have in your stage?
Patrick does everything,
right?
He put it all together,
and he smashed it, by the way, hasn't he?
You know what I mean? It's his event. It's the case with everything. I mean, I've been on so many Trick shows. He never like asks, "Oh, do you think?" Because it's his show. It's up to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he knows what he's doing. He's a smart guy, so it's. But
he's given it a lot of thought, hasn't he?
Me, like the lineups, honestly, is really good. Like when I saw it myself, I was like, "Fucking hell, this is mint." Like Dom Dollar is one of the biggest stages in the world. John Summit is as well. The pair of them have took over America. I've met John once. He's a cool character. Obviously, he remixed Moving All Around.
Yeah.
Met Dom as well. Really nice guy. So the lineup's incredible.
Well, I think the John Summit bit, we talked on it before, like John Summit was on the Loosefest lineup in 2021, and I remember everyone going nuts for it then. And like you said before, he's like there compared to
now, mate.
Yeah,
he's so big, but it's good, mate. I think honestly we've got nice balanced acts. It's going to be great, but I'm really looking forward to it. Just praying for some good weather. I mean, I'm not bothered because I'm in a tent.
If anything, everyone will be coming in the tent.
If it wants to rain.
There's clubland in the tent as well. Yes,
I believe so. Yes, I believe so.
Yes. Rain.
Yes, but
please don't.
Not the rain we've had lately.
Yeah, but honestly, it's fantastic. So
is it the only festival in Newcastle you're doing 2024?
I think it's the only time I'm going to play for the rest of the year
In Newcastle?
Yeah. I've been offered to play. Obviously, you should know about this. I'm not going to go mention it, but I've been offered to do something towards the end of the year, but I still don't know if I'm going to or if I can. But up to now, this is my last show I'm doing in Newcastle.
And where are you, Ollie James gave us a fucking great answer to this, by the way, so let's see if you can top it. But where are you doing most gigs? Where are you kind of like most popular at the moment, gig-wise?
The northern parts of the UK. So the northern, I'm not speaking geographical, I'm going to say musical. So for instance, like some people are class Manny in Liverpool as north, whereas I don't. I think they're just towards the middle.
It's top of the Midlands.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them.
From musically, from what I've deduced from playing, like Liverpool, Manny, Leeds, Newcastle, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Belfast, and Dublin. They're all the major northern cities. Carlisle as well.
Yeah.
Your ends.
They're the main northern ones. So that part, obviously, I mean, I'm actually playing with James Hype and Medusa in a couple of weeks at Drum Sheds.
Nice.
So I've played in London a lot. I know some DJs who they're not could say apprehensive, but they proceed with caution when playing in the south.
Yeah.
Because they're different. But what my thesis is that I'm going to give them something that they don't normally get. So I'm not going to play like other people. Do you know what it is? One thing I've really found that works, which is very interesting. It's like Balearic trance. When I play it down there, it always goes off. They just seem to love it more than up here. Yeah, which is crazy, right? But yeah, like it's more mainly in the north. Obviously, I'm off doing a tour with Hannah and Ben. A couple of weeks with tour in America.
Nice.
So is that the three of you?
Yeah, because we all have the same agent.
Yeah.
So, so we're doing some shows over there.
How many?
We've got LA, Denver, Chicago.
You're not doing that Red Rock thing in Denver, are you? I was just watching the Dom Dollar stuff from that.
I know.
I've got the big Morgan thing. I'm going to digi the new time.
Hey, don't dish digi, man. That's what made me bones.
You're not going to the UFC while you're over there this time, are you?
Oh, fuck. Do you know about us? About how I got my ticket stolen off us? Did I tell you?
Dana White.
We still haven't had an official response from Dana White.
I'm Dana White. If you're watching me, I'm sure you are. I want my fucking money back.
I put out. We normally get some questions in. We got some good ones for you last time, but I was unorganised and didn't put it out early enough. However, I've got a couple of questions. One from John Matthew McKay. Tazo, how do you write your rhymes? Like, do you sit and think about it with a pen and paper? Do they all come to you live? Like, say if you're doing a studio thing, like with Stomping and that, what's your process for writing stuff like that?
These days, well, now I just put them in my phone and stuff. Back in the day, it used to be pen and paper, believe it or not. Like, obviously, I always have a pen and a bit of paper in my pockets wherever I went. But how it comes, basically, just things come into my head all the time. Just when I'm driving around listening to music and stuff, I think of things, and like, I'll be honest, the best rhymes I come with are in the morning. When I first wake up in the morning, I wake up, I've loads of rhymes coming into my head. It's mad as it sounds. Loads of ideas coming into my head, loads of rhymes, and I'll get my phone and I'll write the beginning of stuff and little things, and then when I go to make a rhyme, I'll just look and then obviously start rhyming it. But I know some MCs use like rhyming dictionaries and use other stuff. Aye. Stretch, big shout to Stretch. Like, he likes,
I mean, if you listen to his
rhymes compared to mine, you can see why.
He's very, very articulate.
Right.
So his, I'll be honest, his rhymes are cleverer than mine because he'll use better words than me. I've tried it. When he mentioned he'd done it, I've tried to do rhyming it, but it's obviously, I'm not a very good speller, to be honest. So you could me looking. I find the best is when I do just freestyle off me.
Well, when we did the Mausoleum set, most of that was all freestyle. Did you listen back to it?
It always is. Yeah. It always is. Yeah. So I've got me rhymes in my head, but it's freestyle. I don't know what I'm going to say. Even when I go to the studios. So when I go to the studios with Stomping and stuff, Stomping will hire rhyme at me, and I don't know what I'm going to say. It'll just fly back at him and come back at me again, and that's keeps you on your toes. And basically, but you have your rhymes, you know what I mean. But I freestyle quite a lot with rhymes on top of the freestyle.
And I thought that must have been harder, like talking about that Mausoleum show, like because I was watched a few of those recently, and again, I felt like doing it without a crowd must have been quite difficult as well.
Not for him. No. Honestly, his stage presence is fantastic, and he's a natural extrovert. He's a natural performer.
Oh, so
how did you find?
But he was late.
But how did you find it? Like DJing with no crowd. Like I know. I appreciate you. You've got like drones flying around, police helicopters.
It doesn't
bother you.
It doesn't bother us. However, I will say this: there is one caveat. So obviously, I'm playing, and it's for content, right?
Yeah.
But you're not going to get the best reactions out of me. Obviously, you don't want to be stood there like this. But like I thrive off people's energy.
Yeah.
So it is difficult in that sense because I don't have a crowd. So I just have to enjoy the tunes. That's why when I do the set, I'm going to pick tunes I'm going to enjoy because I'm going to actually move.
Yeah.
Obviously, I prefer crowd all day.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a great point. Obviously, with what we were doing, but he's just a natural born performer, so it's
go in the zone,
easy.
didn't you?
Yeah.
So I'll turn from Hoggy into Tazo, and then I'm in the zone, and then obviously he's playing music I love anyway.
Yeah.
It was blasted and all. To be fair, it's not looking at the music. So it is a rave, do you know what I mean? So it's not like kind of genre, and you're in the zone.
Now you can always rely on NATO to jump in and give you a last minute question. So NATO wants to know: do you like pasta? What's your favourite?
I do like pasta.
What's your favourite pasta dish? Nato's told us his, so I'll tell you in a second.
I love, by the way, there was a really good question about rhymes, and you answered it straight away. As soon as the pasta one comes in, you both synchronise, sat forward there. Do like a bit of pasta.
You want to see what pasta I like?
Yeah.
It's quite boring, the one I like. I like aroma, which is chicken and mushroom.
And what sort of pasta would you have that with?
Penne.
Nice.
Creamy. I do like tandoori ones as well.
Ooh.
Tandoori pasta?
Tandoori pasta, aye.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Carbonara.
You go
carbonara.
What pasta?
What the fuck?
I don't even know. Whatever comes with the carbonara.
You've got to choose.
We've already discovered my palate's on great.
So you don't know what pasta
I just asked for carbonara and whatever they give us.
Shaq, you got a favourite pasta?
I love pasta in general. I'm not asked about what shells it is, whether it's tagliatelle, penne.
Right.
See, that's what I said, but he said it a lot more articulate. But I'm the same as him.
Italian cuisine's my favourite, so I'm a master pasta lover.
I can tell you're a lasagna boy.
Well, he said carbonara tagliatelle is what NATO
but
came up.
I usually my go-to is like penne arrabbiata.
Well,
do you like it spicy?
Yeah.
Of course you do.
I tell you what, man.
No, man, fuck off with your tandoori, man. It's not even a real thing, man. It's like a unicorn.
Get it on the menu?
The lookalike.
What a Miller and Carter it is.
The lookalike conversation continues, by the way. On the phone to Danny Stompton yesterday, and he said, he was like, I do agree, by the way, Ant does really look like NATO. It's sticking, that, isn't it?
Aye.
But just while we mentioned that,
nice spy,
it was you.
Put you on the map.
It was. Obviously, you mentioned that there. We didn't get the questions out nice and early, but we have had it confirmed. Obviously, the new date for next month for you and Danny Stompton to come on, do this together. He sent you the new date, didn't he? Yeah, so I think that'll be an epic episode. That obviously.
Wait on the place.
I know. Tazo and
don't be keeping fucking Stompton waiting, man. Tell you what.
So Tazo and Stompton next month. But I think as well, it's good to say check out the video that you put on your YouTube, because that's gone absolutely fucking mental, hasn't it? The one of you two in the studio. It's gone absolutely mental. That
better than I thought.
It's gone crazy.
I wasn't gonna put, because I've got obviously just the audio off it, and I've got the camera one, and I was torn between I just put the audio out because they really want to see the camera, and then I was like, because it wasn't planned as well. Jordan, the cameraman, shout to Jordan.
Oh, John Cape.
Yeah,
Legend.
Jordan,
lad.
He'll love a shout out.
He was coming with me that night to film us at a rave, and I says, I'm actually doing the studio first. Do you want to just pop in here first? So it wasn't even planned. stopping at his work yarn, to be fair. That's why he's got stopping at the back. He's like, I've got my work yarn because it wasn't planned. But you know what? It's the best thing I've done, putting that out, because the views just went crazy. And I was like,
well, like I say, we've got that coming next month. So obviously, on about the questions there. If you've got any questions for Tazo and Stomp, and get them in nice and early for next month.
Is that all like evolved of what happened last year? Because obviously, I know you guys have, you've worked together for a very long time.
So basically, we've been doing a lot of stuff.
You've hooked up a lot, haven't you?
But no one's ever got Stomping in the studio, and it's quite a hard man to get, but obviously we're quite pals going back. So I was like, look, do you want to come to your studio? The lad is going to pay for it, so it's not going to cost me now. Come. And I ended up getting him in because we'd done the first studio, it blew up, like done hundreds and thousands of views. We loved it so much. We'll see, that would be volume 2, but this time with Jordan kicking the boot, we've done a camera.
Nice.
And obviously it says, like Danny lets it out on the second one, there's going to be a trilogy, we're going to do a third one.
Love it.
So that'll be camera again, because why would I not? Look at the views. So
2 cameras?
You'll get the 2 cameras. And Danny will have his work on. So you'll get the audio and the thingy. So
nice.
The trilogy will be good.
Do you know, I was just going to ask you, do you know when you write rhymes, do you have like a process in how you remember them? How would you go?
That is the hardest bit. So I can write a rhyme, like I could write a rhyme in an hour, a full rhyme, but it would take us probably 3 days to learn it. Yeah. So it's you've got to keep saying it over and over and over again. I don't know what other MCs do, but they must do the same. And you've just got to see it, and like I say, you wake up in the morning, it'll just start coming in your head again. And I could just be driving around at work and stuff, and you keep saying it, and to learn it, you'll forget bits of the bar and stuff, so you'll look and you're going, oh, it's that bit there. And you just keep seeing it, and then what I see, it's in the vault. So when I know it's gone again, right, it's still not in the vault, it's still in the vault, right, it's in the vault. Once it's in the vault, it's there.
Do you ever find, because when I used to MC when I was younger, when I had pictures of you on my bedroom wall.
MC Schak!
It was MC Vibe, actually.
MC Vibe, come right.
But what I found really worked was remembering the rhyme before I went to sleep, and then when I woke up in the morning, it was in my head or in the vault.
In the vault.
As you would say, that worked for me. I'm just
very similar than because I'll probably go to bed before I go to sleep. I'm probably thinking of that rhyme.
Yeah,
I think also, but that rhyme's probably there. But it's the morning, so
do you also as well? Because when I was younger, we used to have.
You're not making a comeback on the mic, are you, vibe?
Oh no. I'm just fascinated with how you approach a work craft and what you do. But when we were younger, we used to go to parties, like fucking barbecues and that, and people get on the mic. Once I was pissed, I was out of breath, so I couldn't MC, and I couldn't remember my rhymes. Does that ever happen to you?
No. I'm very...
You saw him in Tenerife, man.
He wasn't on the mic that time.
You said he was MCing on the street?
Yeah, he nearly got on the mic.
But the thing is, I don't know even what I was seeing then. What I would say if I'm properly gone, I'm not even trying to think of the rhymes, I'm freestyling. Yeah. And then if a rhyme comes in, it comes in, but it'll be freestyling.
Yeah, okay.
But no, I didn't, but no offence to some MCs out there, but I do a lot of raves with MCs when I'm back to back, and what they do, they get the phone out. I'm not going to name who they are, but they know.
Don't worry about it. The Black Eyed Peas did it with TVs.
They put the phone on with all the starts of the lyrics in the MC, and they keep turning on.
Yeah.
But they do say to me, "How can you go for an hour and remember everything?" And I just
do. You know, your tenure. I mean, you've been doing it for what
20 odd years. 20 odd years
in the vault. Right. Well,
I probably forgot more than I know.
Let's call
Obviously,
it.
That's the truth.
But what I will say, if you're still watching, and you're going to come and check us all out at the Jax Jones show on Friday, follow the Loosecast TikTok, and I'll do some lives I'll put my set on live, and I'll put the set on, I'll try and get somewhere to put the phone and get everyone's lives, and we'll stream the Jax Jones, Schak, Tazo Felix Lita. That's what Tiesto once said. I'm happy with it. I'll take it. As long as you say my name, say it how you want, Tiesto.
And I'll be in the back with a drink in my hand, probably, just so I don't miss out. And a burger from Anth, and a Di Serrano and Coke.
Cheers, boys. Thank you very much. Catch you soon,
lads.